Hey, welcome to the Book of Dad Radio Show. I'm Dr. Robert Benson. As always, before we get started, we want to say thank you to Jehovah. Thank Him for His Son, Jesus Christ. Thank Him for our families. Thank Him for work and our ability to do the things we're able to do. And of course, I'm hanging out with none other than my main man, Eddie G. What's up, Eddie?
What's up? What's up, brother? How you feel, man?
I'm doing great. It's always good to hang out with you, man, and pontificate and hang out with some great guests. Well, today we're just going to jump right in because we have an exceptional guest, an unusual guest for the Book of Dad Radio Show, huh, Jay? Ed.
Oh, yeah. A savant in the acting world, a young genius who is on his way to the top, and
Absolutely.
We're glad to have him here.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, we're going to say hello and good evening to Taj. What's up, Taj? How are you, man?
What's going on, everybody? I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing great. So you got your guns are showing there, blazing, muscles and all that kind of stuff.
So,
Hey, I got my Schmedium shirt on, try to make me look like I got something.
So Taj, you was just down in Atlanta, weren't you? What's up?
yeah, I had to work on this one project. I don't know any details or information about it as of right now, but if I find out anything, I'll try to keep y'all up to date.
Well, that's for sure, because one thing we plan to do is follow you from this point forward, have you come back and keep us updated on everything. But the thing that we find special about you is that you're a young man who's thriving in an industry that people spend their whole lives trying to get into. So why don't you talk to us about what motivated you to become a person in the industry and some of the folks who you would say are who've helped you get to the point where you are right now?
Right. So I say what motivated me is, everybody starts somewhere. So I was once like, the people that, wanted to do acting. So yeah, I was watching a lot of TV. I was always watching television. You always catching me on Nickelodeon, all of them. And basically, yeah, I was like, when I grow up, I want to see myself on the big screen. And that's what inspired me to do acting.
Wow. Well, we have taken a look at some of your clips, and the thing that interests me the most about you is you have a very long and accomplished list or resume. And it made me wonder, what else do you do? Or is there anything else that you are not doing? Or do you go to school when you're not acting? Or do you act, or do you go to school outside of acting? What's a normal day in your life that allows you to do the things that you're doing?
A normal day in my life, I would say, is, just like everyone else, because I'm a human being too. Of course, I like playing video games because I'm still a kid. I really like sports, to be specific, basketball and football. I really had a thing for the homeless since I was a very, very small child. I'm still a child, but a very, very small child. I've had a thing for the homeless. And I'm a big family guy, and I'm super competitive. So if you want to play me in the game, get ready to get beat.
Now, I was wondering about your social interaction with your friends, people who you spend time with when you're not working, and are you able to do that regularly?
Yeah, I'm still able to spend times with my friends and everything. I'm really close with a lot of my friends. And, every once in a while they play around, they be like, oh my God, that's Taj. I'm your biggest fan. Can I get your autograph?
That's awesome. Okay.
Hey, that's how it is when I go to the supermarket, man. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I have that problem when I go upstairs in my house, yeah. Hey, well, this is the Book of Dad Radio Show. I'm Dr. Robert Benson with the main man, Eddie G, and we're talking to Taj, an up-and-coming, or actually an arrived, if you will, young actor out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And we're going to pick his brain some more when we come back from break. We'll be right back.
See why listeners from over 150 countries around the world follow the Book of Dad Radio Show. Join Dr. Robert Benson and Eddie G as they chat with special guests who share their stories and information that will change your life. Watch and listen on lifeandspiritonline.com or subscribe to the Book of Dad Radio Show on Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcast. Brought to you by the NASCA Network.
Hey, welcome back to the Book of Dad radio show with my man, Dr. Robert Benson, and me, Eddie G. Today we have a fabulous guest, our main man, Taj, super actor, the little Denzel, as they call him. And he's letting us know what it's like to be a young actor in these times. Taj, I have a friend, his nephew is on Disney Channel. I don't remember what show. And he's been doing it seems all of his life. Now, he may be a little older than you now, but he's been doing it for a few years and had a lot of opportunities. I think he played Simba in The Lion King in Vegas. And he's done a lot of things such as you. And when you started, how was it trying to get hired? Trying to get jobs? Was it your parents that took you around? Was it something that you would find things to audition for? Tell us how that process goes.
I would say, so that's basically asking like, how do I book my roles? Right? All right, so, my mom, she's my manager. So they basically, send a notification that they want me to audition, and I do the audition, and if they want me for the role, then I get booked, and they let you know the dates and everything, and voila, there you are. Next thing you know, you're behind the camera.
Oh. I find it interesting because I have a son who auditioned for a lot of roles when he was younger. And he got a little frustrated because he wasn't picked up as often as he liked to be picked up. And I was told then, and I still hear, that the success rate of your auditions might be 10%. Are you finding that frustration, or are you running into a lot of rejections or acceptances? How are things going for you right now?
No, of course, no, you don't get to book everything. But when I was younger, I took it as a big deal because kids are gonna be kids, But as I got older, I matured and I realized, I'm not gonna really get everything, and sometimes it's all right if you get declined for a big role because, as my mom always says, it take 1,000 no's to get that one big yes.
Absolutely. It's very well put, and as I love the word you used, mature. So within that mindset, I want to remind everybody how old our guest is. Taj, how old are you?
I'm 14 years old.
See, and he's mature already. So I think we're getting a great preview of a great talent that's going to be a name that's synonymous in the very near future, or it's now. But I see great things for you. But along those lines, let me ask you this question here. I don't want you to think for 1 minute that you're not great and aren't going to be great. If there was something else that you could try to be a success at, what would it be?
Well, as I said, that I like to do in my downtime, I would like to play sports, basketball and football, because I'm a very athletic person. And of course, like how I have fun in acting, I also have fun in playing sports.
I had a question as far as a lot of young people are trying to do what you're doing. And in the day of YouTube and Instagram, social media has played a big part in helping people to get noticed. What are some of the things that you would suggest for young people who want to be an actor or actress, or just have that as a dream? Gives them some inspiration and maybe give them some tips on how they could do it as well.
So I would say, never give up. Strive very hard. It doesn't happen overnight. It could take years. Of course, it might take years. It's never really you could never really tell, but never give up, because you could be it could be people that be this close, but they're giving up because of how long it took for them to get to where they are at the moment. So I would say never give up, and don't limit yourself to certain things, because impossible is impossible.
What a great response. I love the mentioning of not limiting yourself to any one or any role, if you will. But we're going to take another quick break, and I'm going to ask a question of you about that very thing when we come right back. This is Dr. Robert Benson with Taj out of Philly, PA, my main man Eddie G on the Book of Dad radio show. You can get us where you can get your podcasts. That's everywhere. Thanks, my main man Eddie, and we'll be right back.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, I'm Les Brown, Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. I want you to spread the word to your family members and friends to listen to LesBrownGreatnessRadio.com. Absolutely. And let me share with you why we're going to be focusing on positive things, because whatever you focus on the longest becomes the strongest. And now more than ever, when the suicide rate has increased over 33%, when the suicide rate of young children between 5 and 11 has doubled, people feeling hopeless and stressed out and powerless, we need programming that can bring out the greatness in them. And that's what we will be focused on. When you listen, it will be an experience that will transform your life. LesBrownGreatnessRadio.com. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Hey, and we're right back. I'm Dr. Robert Benson, Book of Dad radio show, and we're talking to Taj, me and my main man Eddie G. And we are really picking the brain of a very intelligent and talented young man here. And my question to you, Taj, is, the thing that you're experiencing things that a lot of people your age never have or will. I want to take it a little bit further into talk to us about your experiences in dealing with people who are not like yourself, if you will. Learning the different cultures and the different ways people behave, or other than kids who are not necessarily from around the block or maybe the next neighborhood over. You have to, in the industry that you're in, deal with different people. Talk to us about your experiences with that so far.
To make a long story short, I basically, deal with everybody the same way, because I look at, everybody always as human beings, You never know what somebody could be going through or anything. And basically, I just treat everybody with respect, as of respect that I would want for myself too. So, I'm really nice to everybody, because somebody could really be having a bad day, and I try to make their day.
I like that response, sir. You're a man beyond your years.
Absolutely. Especially Eddie G's years over there, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I got a lot of
Eddie's mean. He's mean to people, so yeah.
Now, let me ask you, Taj, you said you play sports, you play basketball?
Yes, sir.
You any good?
I got
you can tell the truth now.
I got a little something,
Okay, all right. No, the reason I ask is we have an organization we work with in Delaware called Duffy's Hope, and they help at-risk youth with tutoring, counseling, all kinds of great programs. And every year there is a celebrity basketball game to raise money. Now, it passed for this year was August, the first week of August. And usually we get a bunch of people from Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, people from movies, BET, things like that. And it's a great event, and it brings the community together, and it does some good. So we might be looking you up next year. What kind of handles you have?
Hey, man, I got a little something. Y'all won't be disappointed.
Okay. I like that. Are you 14 or 44, man? How many films you been in, man?
I mean, it's a long resume, and it's hard to remember. So, I try my best to remember whatever I can.
That's good.
I know I was in Raising Cain, Power Book 3. I did a Good Morning America commercial. Of course, as everybody's been hearing, Nobody's Son, the movie that just came out. Kai's documentary. I just did something called Grace and Mercy. And there's also another movie called Addict. It's a lot more, but I can't really remember.
That's okay. Don't forget, when you go to receive your Academy Award, and they ask you about all the great things you've done, don't forget that you were on the Book of Dad radio show. That's
That's the number one thing for you to remember. But Taj, we are so very, very happy and glad you joined us today. And as I said before, we're looking forward to your progress reports, and we're going to keep in touch with you, man. And just one quick thing we want to ask you is, how can we get in touch with you, and what's your handles out there on social media? I know you got a few.
Hey man, Instagram at the Real Taj 1, TheRealTaj1.
All right. Well, Taj, again, thank you, man, and you're a good kid. We'll definitely be back in touch with you, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks for joining us. Well, this is the Book
Thank
of
you
Dad
for
radio
having
show. Yeah, absolutely welcome. Eddie G, great show, right?
fabulous, man. It's always great to see people in the peak of their career with no limit. And this young man has a long way to go. I'm glad to see something positive from our young people.
Absolutely, sky's the limit, man. And well, as we bring this show to a close, I just wanted to kind of share a little something with our listeners that, recently I lost my mother, Lorraine Carol Benson, and it's been a tough last few months. So we're moving on. We're trying to move on with life, but I just want to say to her now, simply this is that, now that you're gone, Mommy, I want to talk to you more than ever before. I love you. You'll never leave my consciousness and memory. And simply put, we'll talk to you next time.